It appears that this is the season of confusion, season of wahala, multiple wahala for a lot of people because the story we are hearing at this time, allegedly from the Ooni of Ife's palace, I mean, it's not a nice one for the likes of Oletick, okay? Because what we are hearing right now is that Oletick's problem just multiplied. As Ooni of Ife is alleged to have become a very close friend with a beautiful, lady from Oletick's former modeling agency. Yes, you heard me well, okay? So apparently, this was the same girl. It was reported that made Oletick go to Queen Naomi at the royal mansion, to seek audience with her so that they will find a way to discourage Kabiesi from getting close to her. I think this should be that same lady. And I'm glad that our dear Queen Naomi threw Oletick, out of the royal mansion without even listening to her that much. Okay? So this is what is coming out and this time. And in my mind, I'm like, now wow, this same Oletick that has been going left and right from one wahala to the other. See how they started running to Paropo initially, complain that this late, excuse me, complaining to Paropo that they should come and, help talk to Queen Naomi, blah, 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 that Queen Naomi is taking all the time, spending all the time with their husband, blah, blah, blah. And again, this same woman now, what kind of contradiction is this? She was among those people who ganged up, went to Paropo, went to everywhere complaining very loud and clear that look, Queen Naomi is stealing the time, their own time, that they're supposed to spend with Kabiesi, that she's taking all the time. How can it be possible that someone who joined them in that gang up is not trying to even run to Queen Naomi for any help? What kind of a double standard is this? It's really, I don't understand. On one hand, we are saying you don't like this person. On the other hand, we are running to the same person. To ask for support. This looks like the height of confusion, if you ask me. Big confusion. People I said don't throw confusion for that place. Okay. So like I said, this obviously is that same lady, and the story broke out. I was making the round in the social media, and I just could not believe it for the fact that look, it's unbelievable that Oletick, like I said, who has been one of those championing this case that their husband, they need their husband back. The husband should not be spending too much time with Queen Naomi. It's unbelievable that this story making it around the social media, that this same person is now trying to now encourage support from the same Queen Naomi. So how is this possible? Like I said, okay. So for me, this is a whole lot of contradiction in the personality of Oletick, because this has exposed her as a mere sycophant, okay, for appearing to fight Queen Naomi in the day and pretending to be a friend at night. I don't get it. But thank God that Queen Naomi eventually threw her out, like it was reported. Nonsense. Really nonsense. So according to the story, Oletick had on a very good authority, she had on a very good authority that Kabiesi is getting too close to this gorgeous lady who models for her former agency. This one go pain shower, because the story we are hearing is that, in fact, it's even alleged that Oletick was like a mentor to this young lady when she was still there. Okay, and that while the girl was learning the rudiments of modeling, it was Oletick that was acting as a mentor. Okay, so you can understand why Oletick is doing everything to ensure that this friendship, now as they call it, does not, develop to something more than that. Okay, so recall that Oletick, was a model herself. Like I said, before she got married to Kabiesi. And that is according to the report we got. Okay, so I know a lot of you may not really, believe this, because she doesn't look like one at all. If not that I got this report, or maybe the first time I heard the fact that she was once a model, I was equally shocked, because her body language is not actually in tandem with modeling. like with modeling qualities. I mean, she doesn't look it. Even in her movement, there's no, she doesn't move with that gait. That's, I mean, majesty. I mean, that royal majesty. And this is someone that is even now a queen. So you will expect that maybe her movement, there will be some, some, excuse me, some flair to it. But I don't see that. She's just there, flat, you know. Her often body disposition, and lackluster dress sense, are not in conformity to such training, and experience of a model. Honestly, if you're a model, even your dressing will speak for, will speak for yourself, will speak for itself, okay? But we don't get to see this in the way Amana Oletick comports herself and the way she moves herself around the palace. So Oletick is said to be very disturbed about this girl because in her calculation, this 26-year-old girl whose name was given as Miss Christiana Dewale is dead gorgeous. Yes, you heard me well. Dead gorgeous. Almost like a mermaid or more. And she fears that her continued closeness to Kabiesi could become very costly someday. Wow, wow. So, in her words, knowing Kabiesi with his natural propensity for niceness, that may make her stay glued to him and perhaps spell doom for her one of these days. Well, this is what she's thinking, but I really don't. I really don't want to. Pay much attention to this because when women speak like this out of place of um, petty jealousy, they have their reasons. Okay, so whatever reason that is making her to be this concerned, that is a cup of tea. I really don't care. I really, really don't care. Okay, so in our words, I have enough headache already. Of course, we all know. Yes, now we already know that you have enough headache. That is why you hardly smile. Yes, you hardly smile. Always carrying this frowning face like somebody is always, making you angry somewhere. I really don't know. So we already know. So, according in our words, she said, "I have enough headache already. I cannot take any other surprises, you know, like this. That is over her pie body. That this becomes another Olori someday." Okay. But imagine these Oloris thinking that they can control who KBC can roll with. I really don't understand. These people seem to forget that KBC remains the Onirusha. I mean, and in his capacity as the Onirusha and the spiritual leader of the Yorubas worldwide, this man has he has exclusive right of who he decides to roll with, who he decides to, hobnob, So I don't understand it when these women say they don't want him to roll with this person. They don't want him to do. They can't do that. For me, it's the height of disrespect, Okay? So what were they thinking? Especially, I'm asking this to the likes of Oletick now. What were they thinking when they all went into the palace for marriage? Was this not how many of them became emergency wives? Maybe they think we have forgotten the story, about some of them, how they came into the palace. We all know these things. It all started just the same way. Indeed, they say what goes around comes around. Now the chickens are finally coming home to roost last. They've not seen anything. No. This is just the beginning. Okay. So please let them allow Mirisha to choose whoever he decides to roll with. Me, I'm not bothered. Instead, I'm very, very glad that someone is now giving them a taste of their own medicine. Yes. So this is a beautiful story that came out at this time, and it has just doubled or is it quadrupled Oletick's headache. Let me tell you something. If that lady is that dead gorgeous, like she reported, then I tell you, knowing our dear KBC, with his, demeanor, that very nice demeanor, and that's, he's the kind of person or man, that every lady will want to roll with. Don't forget that he's also a big shot, okay? He's got the paraphernalia of authority, he's got the wealth, he's got everything, and he's also equally very handsome, okay? So if what this story we are hearing is actually true, especially the way Oletika said it, Then my brother, this one, Nigeria, they call Otilo. Otilo. So this is what is coming out at this time. And I mean, I'm just glad hearing this news. And I thought I had to just bring it down to you guys like now, 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 now. Okay. So what do you think about this story? Okay. Please feel free to leave your comment in the comment section. I'm going to see you soon. God bless you. Bye bye.